Welcome everyone, it's great to see you. It's time now to get you on some more exciting holidays from Cruise1st, and this time we're taking Princess Cruises. It's a firm favourite for so many people that are looking for a good time.
That's right, we've handpicked just 3 deals from the massive choice of Princess deals around the world, and coming up we'll be heading to the Caribbean for early next year. Yes, sunshine, and there's a stay there in Puerto Rico as well. Plus we'll take you around the Hawaiian Islands in early 2027 with a stay in San Francisco included. All available with low deposits today, so you can get that holiday mood well and truly engaged.
Oh yes, no better feeling than having a break booked. So, should we get started with our first offer? And this is a real dream. Australia, Indonesia and Malaysia all in one wonderful 25-night break in November this year. So we fly off first in the winter of the UK to late spring in Sydney. And let's check you into a hotel for a couple of nights first so you can enjoy all those wonders of Sydney.
Why, thank you.
Obviously, you've got all the iconic things there. Bondi Beach, the Sydney Opera House, of course, Harbour Bridge that you can climb. If you want to do something a little bit different though, you could swim with sharks at the Sea Life Centre. And it's the only cageless diving experience in Sydney with sharks.
Oh.
Yes, as well.
Does that mean they're toothless sharks? What happens there?
They are grey nurse sharks, so I presume they're quite safe.
Okay.
But there's loads of other things to do in Sydney. It's just the best place, and you've got 2 nights there before joining Crown Princess for your wonderful 18-night full-board cruise. Look at this. Princess Cruises. I mean, like we said, they've got like a real cult following. I think when people have cruised with Princess, they go back and back again. I mean, there's all the iconic things Princess offer, but particularly looking at this ship, it's just beautiful. Very, very European style. So much going on board. Great entertainment. There's a theatre, but also while you're there as well, the street performers happening. There's just so much going on. And then the heart of the ship is the piazza with loads of activities happening there. On board, the food and drink options are insane. You've got 25 different options. Wow. I know. Goodness me, you're really, really spoilt for choice. Oh, look at that handmade pasta. I love Italian. I think as well when you go cruising though, as well as having all your favourites, you know, if you want to have, there you go, best burger at sea, it's also an opportunity to maybe go to some of the kind of speciality restaurants and have some food you wouldn't have at home, because the first time I ever tried sushi was on my honeymoon, and I was like, oh, what's this? All those 18 years ago. And I think again, like for you, it's nice to try different things. If you don't like it, you have to go back there again. There's plenty more options. Who doesn't like pizza? And of course you've got main dining as well, and then at the buffet restaurant, well, there's just station upon station upon station of everything you could possibly like. Look at that, all the delicious food.
And that's all day, every day as well.
All day,
you know, the breakfast selection, for instance. I mean, if you're used to breakfast selections in hotels these days are getting more and more limited, aren't they?
Yes.
You know, it's a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and make your own toast and all the rest of it. Where you go to the buffets on the ships, and they are just massive. I mean, things there that you look at and you think, well, I never thought of having that for breakfast, but go on, I'll give it a go. One thing I will say about Crown Princess as well is that she's a very together ship, and what I mean by that is that she does a lot of world cruising. So the team on board travel the world together, of course, contract after contract. So it's a really together team when you're on board that is used to travelling around, that is used to and is also very unified as well. So you'll find that this really sort of friendly atmosphere with the crew, with each other. And that's really important, actually, because that kind of ripples out to you as well.
I like that. And as well, because they are travelling the world, they've actually got tips themselves of things to do when you're at ports of call.
They'll give you ideas.
Exactly. Get chatting to the staff, see what they like, because that also give you maybe the opportunity to do something a little bit different, maybe not the main touristy things, because they've been there a few times. So cruising out Sydney, 2 days at sea, arriving in Brisbane. Oh yes. Now here you can hold a koala at the Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary. It's the world's first and largest sanctuary. There's 75 species of the Australian native animal. I didn't know there were so many.
No, I did.
I'd love to hold a koala.
Very cute.
A couple of days at sea, arriving in Cairns. Now here, of course, you want to snorkel along the Great Barrier Reef. There's guided tours that you can actually do it with. And with that, you'll learn the importance of the sort of Aboriginal cultures there as well. And there's a native bush tasting you can do. Ooh, I wonder what you get to eat there. A few days at sea, you're going to arrive in Lombok, Indonesia. Now here you can try a Sakanese massage. There's loads of different massages when you're in Indonesia, but this one is really, really strong. Think thorough sports massage. Well worth a try. 3 days at sea, you'll arrive in Kuala Lumpur. Now here, a big Malaysian cultural practice is batik painting. Now you can do a class, you can learn that traditional art of batik painting, and then you get to take something home at the end of the day as well. On to Penang next. Here you have got Entopia Butterfly Farm. It opened in 1986 and it's the world's very first butterfly and insect sanctuary. You've got 15,000 free-flying butterflies. All the beautiful colours, just sounds gorgeous, doesn't it? A day at sea, you'll arrive in Singapore. Now you come off the cruise element of your holiday, but we are going to check you in to a hotel for 2 nights. I mean, we go to Singapore quite a lot with Cruise1st. It's absolutely fantastic. It's very, very iconic. But if you want to do something maybe a little bit different while you're there, what about doing a dim sum making class? Yes.
Yes.
It's dim sum making is a national pastime in Singapore.
I've never done that. Be interesting, wouldn't it?
It would be something a little bit different to do. I mean, I'm not sure whether I'd actually like doing it. I'd like eating them at the end. But fantastic, you work with real dim sum artisans while you're there. So a couple of days in a hotel to really experience everything Singapore has to offer before your flight home.
Do you know, it's one of those things, actually, we're going to be talking about dim sum now for half an hour.
But it's else we've got a water.
Exactly. It's one of those things that actually, I think I've only ever had once, and I think it was in Chinatown in London. And you just naturally assume, well, I would never be able to do that at home anyway. So actually to learn how to do it, because they are delicious and they are wonderful. It's a bit like Peking duck, isn't it? You never I'd never know how to do it at home and sort it all out myself. It's only when you go out. But actually, seeing a part of the world like this, you bring some new skills home with you. You never know. And actually, what a load of memories you'll bring back from this one as well. You know, Australia, Singapore and everything in between. What a lovely change of scenery this would be. And the perfect time of year to enjoy a change of scenery as well, November. So many dreamy places to go and enjoy. Now, your deposit for this today is just £199 each. And I am going to cut straight to the chase and give you the price tag, because I know you sit there and guess anyway. And actually, when you consider where we are going to, we are looking at $2,799 per person. And we are talking very much the other side of the world here. We are talking a big and a mammoth trip, but one that really looks after you in what might be unfamiliar parts of the world. Never been to Australia, never been to Indonesia, never been to Malaysia. For me, it's all brand new places. I would love to go, but I would also love to know that actually there's the backup and the knowledge of the ship of things to do in the places that I'm going. I would love to go and explore Sydney. I would love to go and explore Singapore as well. So for this price tag, an amazing package. So that's your flight from the UK out to Sydney in Australia. 2 nights in a hotel there, all covered, for you to lap up the sunshine before you cruise on Crown Princess for 18 amazing nights. 18 nights of cruising. Take me there now. Cruising around Australia to Brisbane and Cairns for the Barrier Reef, across to Lombok in Indonesia, onto Malaysia to the capital Kuala Lumpur, Penang, and then ending in Singapore, where you've got another stay in a hotel for 2 nights there, and of course then the flight back to the UK. Remember, deposit on this to get it booked and locked in at this price right now is just £199 each, which is ridiculous. It really is. I'd be grabbing this straight away if I was you, because November is the time to get away, really, isn't it, from this country? Let's have a look at the overview for the offer, and that'll show you your upgrades as well. So if you want to treat yourself to ocean view, get up to the balcony, open the fresh air, doors to the fresh air, and go and sit out on your balcony and enjoy your breakfast, your Eggs Benedict out on the balcony, a glass of champagne out on the balcony of an evening. Wonderful. How nice to do. Well, you can have champagne in the evening if you like. Have breakfast in the morning and champagne in the evening. Have champagne with your breakfast. Listen, if you're not driving, one at a time responsibly, you do what you like. Plus, you can do easy budgeting for drinks, tips, Wi-Fi and more with Princess Plus. It's really clever. £50 per person per day. You pay that up front, and for your £50 per person per day, the value you get back is ridiculous. A Plus premium drinks package, unlimited Wi-Fi for a device, your tips, premium desserts, unlimited juice bar, fitness classes, casual dining that would normally be chargeable included, room service delivery of your breakfast and your champagne, no extra delivery charges for that. Also, you can have food and drink delivered to the very spot you are on the ship, because you're wearing a medallion, of course, and there'll be no delivery charge for that either, which is pretty good. Yeah, they have their own delivery services on the ship as well. You just wear this little chip coin I've left mine in the drawer, and wherever you are, if you're on a lounger somewhere and you think, I really don't want to lose this lounger, it's in such a good place, the sun's in the right place.
You know me well.
You just order your champagne or whatever it is on your app. It doesn't have to be champagne every time, by the way. Orange juice even. And they know the exact spot you are on the ship. Like,
oh, it's Derek again.
Right.
Again. We're going to go off to the Caribbean now with Princess for next February. So we're going to enjoy 10 nights of pure bliss on the island, flying first from the UK to San Juan in Puerto Rico. Now, we'll relax here in a hotel for 2 nights, so you can go and explore this beautiful part of the Caribbean.
Lovely.
Did you know that one of Puerto Rico's deepest cultural traditions is bomba dancing?
A what?
Yes, bomba dancing. So you could watch a show, you could take a lesson, which I think would be fun.
Okay.
I'd like to see you do that. Sounds fun. Another lovely thing about Puerto Rico is there's colourful murals everywhere in the Santurce area. While you're wandering around, there's music, dancing's guaranteed. There's lots of festivals happening while you're there. There's always live music in the bars as well. So it's a very vibrant, lively place. Also very hot and sunny, so you can enjoy it. There's lots of lovely beaches while you're there.
We're going to have to take some lessons, aren't we?
Bomba dancing.
Yes.
So I don't know if you've got the hip
Bring
for
it
it,
on.
my dear.
Oh, I have.
Right. After that, you're going to join Grand Princess. Oh, yes. 7 incredible nights of just relaxing, having amazing food and indulging. I think for me, definitely is heading to the spa when I'm on a cruise ship, because in daily life, I just don't have that chance to go and like book a massage, book a facial. And if I did, I've got to come home, get the kids' tea ready, you know, do all this, pick up, drop off. So just to go to the spa, then that evening, go out for a lovely dinner and like really have that me time.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? And you've just made the perfect point there. Normally, if you go to the spa in the UK, you've got a busy day before you do it. You may enjoy your spa treatment, but then you've got to be busy again after that spa treatment. So it's kind of negated having it in the first place, isn't it? When you're on a cruise, of course, because everything's being done around you, you know, you're being cooked for and cleaned for and looked after left, right and centre. All you need to do, I know I say this very flippantly, but when you're on a cruise, all you have to really do for yourself is breathe in and out. The rest kind of happens. So you can really immerse and enjoy it. So if you are going for a lovely spa treatment, and you know what, it really is a good thing. Listen, I'm not saying this for any loaded reason. I'm not saying it because I get commission from the spa if you go. I'm saying it because actually, if you go and you'll treat yourself, actually, you know what, it does give you something back. I'm no medical doctor, but actually, you know what, it fixes your day, doesn't it?
Oh gosh, it's so rejuvenating. Obviously, spa treatment, that's like my ultimate thing. And then eating. Eating is such a big part of cruising.
Yeah.
And like with all princess ships, you've just got an amazing selection of restaurants. And what's lovely is they do real life sort of casual dining, like Alfredo's Pizzeria, or you've got Vines, which is a lovely wine bar, Crab Shack, which is lovely, which is a pop-up restaurant. But then there's gorgeous specialty restaurants.
But there's also lots of healthy options as well, because bear in mind where we are in the world right now. We're in the Caribbean. You know, it's hot days and it's warm evenings as well. So, you know, sometimes then you just fancy something light. I just fancy, you know what, just a salmon steak and a salad. You know, that's absolutely
just
fine.
Just a salmon steak with some miso sauce, maybe. And a glass of Sancerre.
But yes, very nice. One at a time.
Quite nice. But yes, exactly. Your diet does alter wherever you are. And yeah, of course.
Well, we're in the Caribbean. It's all about sunshine,
It's all about sunshine. It's all about packing your shorts and getting outside. So cruising out of San Juan, arriving first in Phillipsburg, St. Martin. Now here there's an amazing Sky Explorer chairlift. It takes you nearly 3,000 feet to the top of one of St. Martin's highest mountains. And of course at the top you've got spectacular views of the beautiful beaches, the sea, the mountains. Amazing. Pointe-à-Pitre next in Guadeloupe. Now, if you want to do something a bit more exhilarating after maybe, you know, you've got a 4x4 adventure that takes you to the heart of the island. It's a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve. You get to see waterfalls. It's incredible. We're also next in the Dominica. Now here there's a great trip. It's called Dive into the Blue. And of course, it involves scuba diving. If you fancy it, you get to see amazing stuff. The vibrant marine life. There's a volcano submerged there under the Caribbean Sea. On to St. George in Grenada next. Here you can go river tubing. Now you've got the thrill of riding the rapids on Balthazar River on an inflatable tube surrounded by water. You've got kind of a tropical rainforest canopy. It's amazing. Bridgetown is next, and I think I'd go to Mount Gay rum. Now, for 300 years, it's been located on the Mount Gay plantation, and it's produced the world's finest and most celebrated golden spirits in the world. And you might have to buy a bottle of two. You're in the Caribbean. A day at sea that takes you back to San Juan in Puerto Rico, where you'll come off the cruise ship, and that's where you'll catch your flight home.
Well, I'm sure there'll be tasting, because you know what, you go to either a rum distillery or somewhere like that. I mean, it
goes without saying.
It's kind of rude not to, isn't it, really? Some wonderful things to do. Just saying Barbados sometimes is just, you close your eyes and say Barbados, and then you open your eyes and look out the window and you think, yeah, I could really be there now. I'll really be there now. And it's a lovely time to go and enjoy some relaxing Caribbean sunshine in February. And remember, again, with this offer, a low deposit of just £199 each will lock in the price we've got for you. No way! Okay, I need to show you this. Here is the price tag. Look. And just £199 each today locks in that deal right now that gets you off to the Caribbean. I mean, to be honest with you, if this was just going out, flying out to San Juan in Puerto Rico, having your 2 nights there in a hotel, and then the whole of the cruise ship went absolutely nowhere and just stayed in Puerto Rico, you would have the most amazing holiday. The fact that you're touring around all the different islands in the Caribbean is just a massive, massive bonus. And the value goes so much further on this trip as well. So think about this as a roll call of things that you're doing. Your flight from the UK all the way out to San Juan in Puerto Rico in the Caribbean. 2 nights in a hotel there, included in your price tag, to enjoy the lovely charms of Puerto Rico itself, old and new. And then you go cruising on the Grand Princess around the charming and chilled Caribbean, enjoying lots of fabulous adventures and rum tastings, lots of other things in the ports, all the fun, the food, the activities, and the chilling time on the ship too, for a blissful week before flying back from San Juan to the UK. Or maybe not, maybe you'll do something different at the end of the holiday. You can always tailor it. Here's the overview of the offer and the package as it is. And remember, it's important for us to say that actually at the moment, obviously, to give you a price tag for a package, we have to put some parameters in place, but that's not to say that you can't tinker with those. So if you're thinking, okay, well, I've never been to San Juan before, 2 nights might not be long enough. You might fancy 3 or 4 nights. Then maybe at the end of the cruise, rather than flying back from San Juan straight back to the UK, maybe you think, well, actually, the Caribbean is not that far away from America, so maybe I'll fly to Miami and have a few nights there. Maybe I'll fly into Orlando and go and do the parks for a few days, or a bit of shopping before I come back. Again, you can tailor this as you want to, so talk to the team. And again, for budgeting in advance, add Princess Plus to your offer as well. You don't have to necessarily be a big drinker to make it work for you. £50 per person per day. It covers your tips, your Wi-Fi, your drinks, and so much more. It is absolutely fantastic. So talk to the team about that, because that's a way of knowing that, once you're on holiday, if you kind of prepaid that and sorted it out in advance, you kind of know what you're budgeting for. You're budgeting for the fun things on your holiday. And talking about your holiday, well, when it comes to booking it, we'll do it all for you.
With 25 years of travel expertise, when booking with Cruise1st, you can be sure that you're dealing with the cruise specialists. We work with all the major cruise lines to bring you the most comprehensive selection of exclusive deals you won't find anywhere else. We can tailor-make the perfect holiday for you, adding hotel stays and exciting land tours so you can fully immerse yourself in the destinations you're visiting. As a fully bonded member of APTA and ATOL Protected, you have the peace of mind that your booking is always safe with us. We've been here on your TV screens for over a decade, making us the longest-running cruise channel in the UK. We make it easy to budget for your dream holiday. With many of our deals, just pay a deposit today, and you then have until your due date to pay the balance. Plus, we're one of the highest-rated cruise agents on Trustpilot, with over 7,000 independent reviews. This all means that you can be fully confident when booking your next exciting adventure with Cruise1st.
Yeah, and the great thing about watching this channel is that it's just as easy. You know, we talk about how easy cruising is. You just breathe in and out, the rest happens for you, and you can just lavish in the holiday. It's the same with booking it as well. You can literally just sit and watch the channel, wait for the deal that is the right one for you, that you really like the sound of, look at each other and go, okay, brilliant. Should we book it ourselves? Nah, let's get Derek and the team to do it, because actually that makes life a heck of a lot easier. We've done all the price comparing for you, and remember, we promise to match or beat any price tag that you see anywhere else on TV. So if you do see another deal elsewhere, by all means, bring the details to us and we will do our very best. I would say probably 999 times out of 1,000, we can either match or beat that price tag, which is great news, isn't it?
Absolutely. Right, finally, we've got an amazing adventure which takes in San Francisco and Hawaii. Amazing. Now, it's for February 2027 and it's 19 dreamy nights. So you fly first from the UK to San Francisco, and like I said, we've got a stay there first. You've got 2 nights in a hotel.
Do we know anyone that's been there?
I might just have been. Put my hand up.
Okay.
Great shopping while you're there. But what I really loved, and it's not normally my kind of thing, was the trip over to Alcatraz.
Oh yeah.
Now, I do it in the daytime. You can do it at night as well, which is probably a bit spooky. It's that former prison where they kept like the most dangerous people. It's so interesting.
You have to get a boat there.
Yeah, because it's an island. That's the whole point, so that they couldn't escape.
Makes sense, I suppose.
You can't escape yourself. You get to see their cells, and there's like some of their like artwork in there and their belongings. It's amazing.
Interesting.
After that, then you're going to join Ruby Princess for your 16-night cruise. Absolutely wonderful. I think a lovely thing to do while we're on Princess Cruises is the kind of behind-the-scenes tour. You can kind of go and see what's happening behind the scenes. It's something they put on.
That's a good idea.
And I've done it with cruising because we get to see behind. But my most interesting thing was seeing the kitchens, seeing the mass production, but so delicately produced.
They're huge as well, aren't they? The kitchens are absolutely spotless. If you see them before service, before they start preparing, absolutely all you see are these wonderful, you know, sort of stainless steel, pristine kitchens, and then they roar into action. You'd also imagine, wouldn't you, it'd be a lot of people opening a lot of packets and tins, and it's not.
No.
So much is prepared absolutely from scratch.
Which
it's incredible.
Is delightful for you to be served on your plate, whether it's casual, whether it's fine dining. That is called the ultimate ship tour behind the scenes. Lots of other things happening while you're on the ship as well. We've sort of looked at the spa, we've looked at all those gorgeous restaurants. Is Movies Under the Stars. It's an iconic princess thing, and people either with Princess, they go back to Princess again and again, but maybe you want to try a different ship, but there's certain things like the speciality restaurants that you'll recognise, and of course Movies Under the Stars, which is amazing, massive screen by the pool. They do it at night time. Can you imagine anything more incredible? Being out in the ocean, like near Hawaii, and just watching a film, snuggled up. You probably don't even need a blanket, do you? But lots of popcorn.
And also, you're not sitting in rows, you know, like a cinema.
Yeah.
You're on a lounger, like you would sat around the pool during the day in the sunshine. It's that kind of affair. So you've got a glass of something responsible in one hand, and you've got a box of popcorn in the other. You've got a nice blanket over you if you need it.
I'm there with my gin and tonic, and also
it's
they
bonkers.
play, like, say there's a major football match or something like that you're missing back home. They'll put that on there for you as well, and that's another thing to bear in mind. I know a lot of people, they've got their kind of sporting or things that they don't like to miss. There'll always be somewhere that you can watch it, and of course Voice of the Ocean. That's another massive thing that Princess have taken on, and it's so much fun. It's interactive. You'll really enjoy that. There's theatre performances in the main theatre, but then there's sort of smaller venues where there's live music and things happening all the time, comedy as well, cabaret. It's just amazing.
It's almost not enough time to go and see beautiful places, but let's go and do it anyway. San Francisco, 4 days at sea.
To Hilo in Hawaii. Here, there's some incredible excursions to Rainbow Falls. It just sounds beautiful. The reason it's called that, a rainbow appears when the 80-foot cascade hits the water below. Is beautiful. It's on to Honolulu next. Great trips here, whether you want history to go and see Pearl Harbor, whether you want to explore the gorgeous beaches. There's also a hop-off trolley tour, and my favourite thing to do would be attend a luau, or maybe learn how to do it as well. Kauai next. Now here, Princess have got great excursions, but the one that piqued my interest was Hollywood in Hawaii. It's called Movies and Waterfalls, where you see where all the films that were filmed film there. The locations like Fantasy Island and Jurassic Park as well. Maui is next. Here you could go off-road on an ATV tour. You've got 1,400 acres of riding terrain, hairpin turns, tight lines through the jungle, breathtaking views of the ocean, and just a really fun experience as well.
Good.
A few days at sea, arriving in Mexico, Ensenada. Here you've got Casa Donalupe. Now this is where you can taste the sweet grapes of one of Mexico's finest wineries. You'll witness the winemaking process, the crushing of the grapes to fermentation, pressing, aging and bottling, and of course sampling, and maybe buying a bottle or two. A day at sea, you're back to San Francisco, and that's where you get your flight home.
I thought you were going to say crushing there. Oh, I could crush a grape. You used to say that.
Yeah,
That would be lovely. I would rather taste the wine than crush the grapes, though, I'll be honest with you. But when in Mexico, you know what, it's always good to learn something new. What a great trip, right? This is brilliant. I do love the fact that the first few days are at sea as well, because when you have extra sea time, it means that you're not missing out on a port, so you don't feel guilty about that, and you can really explore and relax and kind of meet people and just do things at your pace. You can be involved in lots and lots of things, loads of activities to do during the day, or you can just say, here I am in the sunshine. It's the end of February, beginning of March. Can't believe I'm doing this. Pinch me moments. It's amazing. Now remember, we're early bird booking now for early 2027. So we'll do that today with a deposit of just £199 each. It sounds like I'm telling you, doesn't it? But yeah, honestly, it's £199 each as a deposit today. We'll lock in the price that I've got for you as well. So plenty of time for budgeting and the satisfaction of locking in this price tag here, which is utterly ridiculous. Look at this. Now, where is that price tag going to go between now and February in 2027, do you think? Actually, I don't think, if it was going to go anywhere, it would go up. I'll tell you that for nothing. But actually, I don't think it'll have the chance to go up, because I think this will be sold out long before it gets the chance to go up. And remember, £199 each as your deposit today, that locks in that price tag for the best part of 2 years for you, which is ridiculous. And that, remember, is your return flights to and from San Francisco. 2 nights in a hotel there, and then 16 nights of full board princess cruising around the Hawaiian Islands in style. It is ridiculous. It really is. At 1749. You know, when I said before, jokingly, felt like I'm telling you to book this, I really am telling you to get your deposits in right now if you like the idea, because that's what, nearly 3 weeks of holiday with flights and the stay in San Francisco and a lovely cruise around the Hawaiian Islands, full board at 1749. Book it now. Book it now. You know you want to. Here's the details and the overview. That's such a good holiday, isn't it? We're all looking at that and we're all kind of a bit, hang on a minute. Just where you think you've seen all the deals, you look at something like this and you think, wow, you are getting a lot for your money there. This is what I mean about us unlocking the best deals in the cruise industry. We know where all the ships are, we know where all the deals are with all the major cruise lines. So literally, we have a different member of our team looking after each of the major cruise lines and keeping an eye on everything that's going on. And as soon as there's a deal ready, I mean, we're talking February in 2027. Yes, there's other dates available this year, next year, and in 2027. But this one, golden opportunity to put your 200 quid down now deposit today each, and that's it. That price locked in for a holiday 2 years away. It makes great sense. If you want to make it all inclusive, of course there's Princess Plus as well. And on a deal like this, I would say absolutely, because you're looking at your base price of the holiday at 1749, an extra £50 per person per day for the cruise days gets you a full drinks package, which is absolutely brilliant. Drinks up to $15 a glass, which is brilliant. Unlimited Wi-Fi for a device, gratuities, premium desserts, fitness classes, more included dining, and no delivery charges for delivery of food or drink to where you are, or indeed your cabin as well. So it's well worth doing, because it's like $140 worth of value every single day. So that's well over 100 quid, isn't it? And you're getting that for £50 per person per day. It's ridiculous. You're welcome. Honestly, it's so good. I'm off to book it myself. That's it.
Come back here. We've not finished yet.
So good though, honestly. Really, really good. Honestly, take the advice. You know, you're not going to get a much better deal for that kind of holiday than that kind of price going on there for what you are getting.
He's right. He knows what he's talking about, does this, Derek? Yeah. Well, thank you so much for watching. Either go and make the call, book it, or stay right there, because we'll be back in just a few moments, won't we?
Yeah,
well, he might not be.
I'm going to take your advice.
With more fabulous cruises.
Bye.
Bye-bye.